Good morning. Corey, the Unemployable Counsellor. I'm here because I woke up this morning. This is something that people brought up to me, something I think we've all experienced. We've all been in a work environment where we don't necessarily get along with the people we're working with. They might not like you might not like them, right? When you get hired, there's no text, there's no check mark that says, I want to be everybody's friend. You're there for the money, right? And you're there, there's always, this is a calling. But, if they weren't paying you, I'm sure you would be doing something else, because calling can only get you so far and everybody's got to eat, right? So I look at it this way. Everyone has an opportunity to get good quality employment. I believe that to be true. I also think people should put their effort into it and try to do a good job while they're there. And that includes things like, I'm not even talking about organizations or individuals breaking bad. I'm talking about groups and cliques in the workplace. We've all experienced that. Everyone has those individuals that we gravitate towards, right? Like-minded individuals, or there's always kind of a hierarchy where you have your more, we'll say assertive, but highly assertive or potentially aggressive individuals who dictate their narrative, and then you have the followers that will follow that, right? So when you're in a workplace, integrity matters. So in these situations, you got to be you, because this guy who's saying this stuff isn't necessarily, when shit hits the fan, going to look after this guy down here, right? Oftentimes these followers will become the cannon fodder, because the guys that want to get this direction done and have their will put on everyone else, ally build, okay? So by ally builders, I mean they go around, they start talking about maybe the worst case scenario, or they start talking about things that might be true, might not be true, but it's vague enough that it gets the rumor mill going, and that's what starts to kill a workplace. I'm talking gossip, and I'm talking toxicity, right? That starts with us, individuals. If we have an issue and we can't bring it up to that person, but feel comfortable talking about it behind their back to a large group of people, stuff like that can really end a workplace. And I'm not talking about management, I'm talking about staff working with staff, right? Like if you are working in an environment where a guy will bury you in throw you down a well and seal it up so you can get an extra piece of pie at lunch, that's pretty cutthroat. And I'm not saying we all have to be everyone's friends or saying, kumbaya or anything like that. What I'm saying is that when you're in a workplace, integrity matters. That's something that management and hire will recognize, because they know the folks doing it. Like there is no secrets in a work environment, especially a close work environment, right? That stuff gets out eventually anyway. And all it does is cause hurt feelings. If you got a union, it probably involves the union. And then it involves management having to make tough decisions about those things too. Because for a work environment to be successful, those pieces have to mesh together, right? It's like the engine of a car. There's lots of different components in that engine that make it work. And if one of them goes or isn't operating properly, it affects the overall performance of the vehicle. That's what we have here, okay? So my tip of the day is, you're only there for 8 hours. There's 16 hours of the day which you're not there, right? When you're done work, self-care, do what you need to do, and don't get involved with gossip and toxicity in the workplace. All it does is it kills the workplace, it kills the rapport, and then people are leaving answers. Why is it like this? Well, no, it's your attitudes, right? It's whatever your perception is, instead of handling it in a healthy way, it turns dirty, or it turns, then it turns into more of a, then as a sabotage. If you're running around talking about your issues, but not to the people that you actually have the issues with, then you're just contributing to that cycle. And if you truly want a better work environment, because a lot of times it's, I'm doing this for the greater good. No, there's no greater good. Everyone's in it for themselves at the bottom line, right? You work as a team, but you're still an individual. So when you're at work, back up your team members, do what you need to do underneath the mandate, right? The policies and directions of the facility, and try to avoid that undermined kind of just regretful actions that just cause nothing but hurt feelings and animosity, and really impacts the cohesion of your working environment. Okay. 5 minutes, my longest video yet. This is Corey Reddy. I'm the Unemployable Counselor. Have a great Sunday. And remember, just be kind to each other, man. Life's hard enough and we're all in this together. Peace, love, and keep an eye out for the interviews on Friday. They'll be out on Friday. And everyone enjoy their weekend. Take care.